Are we here? I can't tell.
I believe so. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Now, we are here to give away the 0.5 BTC. We have a grand total of 7 users that are watching this at the moment. Kind of thinking of waiting a little while until more people came through. And it's Aztek speaking at the moment. And I'm joined with the fantastic and wonderful Mr. Jozza.
Oh, thank you very much for the introduction. Thank you for hosting this competition as well. You're very gracious.
There's, for the small amount of people here, I will mention. Actually, does this record? Like, can we sort of put this up for later? Is that possible?
You know, I'm not 100% on that. I haven't saved the live stream. I believe so. I believe it's saved to my channel.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello, who's this?
Vodka.
Yes,
Hi.
sir.
Hey, Vodka.
Missed you, dude. Aztek really fucking missed you.
You know what I was going to say is that I'm actually surprised that we should do this kind of thing more often. By the way,
I agree. I completely agree. I actually wanted to talk with you about it. I mean, well, why not? We have the Discord already.
Yeah, and actually, you might want to turn down your mute your YouTube sort of stream, because then it will echo towards everything. Vodka.
Yeah.
More the fact, you know what we should do is we should actually we should do this just as a general meetup, like, you know, from time to time, talk about price action, various other things, because this was, I actually missed your stream, Mr. Jozza. It was quite good, like your YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah, we need to make the other lads join around to Jim and others, you know, Vix.
Amen. Anyway, so people may like, I will say again for the small amount of people here, what my incentive was to do such a thing. I don't know. Do I need incentive for this? Banks fucking suck. It's just straight out. My incentive actually is largely because in Australia we had a thing where we had a company that went under, and it sort of ran most of the dairy corps in Australia, and it was all the farmers that sort of were invested shareholders. You know, the government's tried to give lenience on various things, and I don't know, it's just they basically have financial troubles. I mean, they're kind of probably, in my eyes, farmers are probably the hardest workers out there. Like, I mean, I can't think of an occupation I'd much rather not do than be a farmer, because you essentially get killed by either seasonal things or bugs or various other things. I mean, you've got crops. I mean, it's a really difficult I guess lifestyle. And in Australia we had essentially a company that went under, which it wasn't the fault at all of the farmers. It went under, and it brought a lot of farmers down. And the banks were, instead of giving some sort of, I guess, mind you, they were announcing that they made $6 billion in a quarter. Instead of, which is a huge amount of money, right? And instead of showing some leniency to the people that essentially are the backbone of hard workers in Australia, they literally just started, gave loans out to the farmers. And of course, they were in a position where they couldn't pay it back. And what ended up happening is that the banks just came in and shut all their farms. They just closed all their farms, but they bankrupted them. The result of that was that it ended up with a lot of farmers committing suicide. So that's where it's. I think from my perspective, what a fucking disgraceful thing for them to do. Like, they had all the abilities to, and look, I'm not saying that you prop up stuff and you like, there's certain things that humanitarian thing where you need to give some little leeway. And the banks just didn't do that for our farmers, and I think it's just absolutely disgusting that it happened. But anyway, so that's sort of what drove me. That was when some of this stuff was going down around that period of time that I started the competition, and yeah, like it ended up in the result was that basically we had roughly 2 to 3 farmers committing suicide, basically because they were burdened with debt. They had no way. The company that was purchasing their milk products sort of went under, and it was just a really fucking horrible situation. And from my perspective, the banks could have done a little bit more in order to help them. So that's sort of what's inspired this thing. But on top of that, I'm sort of a bit of an anarchist at heart, and fuck about yeah, I really don't give shit. I really dislike the banks in general, which I think is, from what I understand, is a hell of a lot of people are the same. So yeah,
It's what brought a lot of us here.
yeah. Just I really shouldn't have drunk so much earlier before. But anyway, no, like I'm good.
It's all right, man.
Yeah, look, I mean, from my side of things, I think we as a, you know, we're a community here, like from Twitter to Telegram to Discord to the pioneers of crypto as a technology. And, you know, at the moment, the banks really aren't fighting it that much, and governments sort of, you know, they're sort of scratching their heads on how to fight it. That's going to change, and it's going to be utterly essential as a community that we stand by each other in order to make sure that these scammers don't sort of weasel their way into the picture and take control of these industries, because they're going to damn well try. Let's say very passionate about making sure that yeah, we sort of stand by, and that we don't forget the bullshit that the generations before us and even this generation have gone through with the debt enslavement, largely because of governments and banks together, who have caused an enormous amount of problems, socioeconomic problems, to, you know, everything. I mean, debt has caused a massive amount of issues, but it has profited the banks enormously. You know, you've got a lot of poor people there paying interest, and I think it's fucking disgraceful that the banks are sort of propped up by our governments. And at the same time, you know, we prop up the banks, obviously, when there's a financial crisis. But then, when it comes to you know, the vice versa, the banks can't do shit, and they wipe their hands from people. And I think it's disgraceful. But anyway, I could crap on about how much I dislike the banks till the cows come home. But I've personally got several personal vendettas against them.
Oh, but you have very good point. And I'm just giving you an example. Here in the Netherlands, if you have, I don't know, $500,000 in the bank, all good, and the bank goes bankrupt, you just get 100K back. That's it. No matter how much money you had.
And I think that's, I mean, it's not just, that's 100K euro in Europe. In Australia, we get 200K. But things like Venezuela, places like that, they only get like $7,000 or $8,000. Like,
exactly.
It's sort of, in various places they get, you know, less or more depending where they're from. And this was the thing, was that the GFC, like the banks, you know, the taxpayers bailed out the banks.
Exactly.
You know, and the banks, you know, thankfully took the money. And mind you, a lot of those banks, you know, a year later were having, you know, again, some of the record profits. And they didn't even have the fucking courtesy to, you know, like it's really, inflation is what sort of absorbed that astronomical cost. And then, yeah, essentially governments changed laws in order to make it so that banks were less liable to being bailed out by taxpayers. I mean, it's just so fucked up. I cannot find anything decent to say about these conglomerates that have absolutely led to countless suicides globally, like countless debt, countless. I mean, all for their benefit. I mean, there's bankers. I've got personal friends that are bankers actually, and they've done well. Like, you know, they get paid well in some of the senior exec positions, but not for the damage that these fuckers do. But anyway, like, yeah, I agree that this limitation of how much is paid is absolutely ridiculous. It's fucking disgusting.
Yep.
I'm speaking, I don't know, for the people that figured this out or just joined. It's me, I'm Aztek. And Ivoca, do you want to introduce yourself for the people that haven't heard you? It's like becomes quiet.
Still there?
I'm out of here. Yeah. Anyway, so what we're planning on doing here is, as you can see, we're doing this live stream here. We're trying to figure out different ways, because there's too many different ways you could potentially forge this result. I wanted to show that I was being genuine and fair in how this was being allocated out. Like, as in, I'm getting Mr. Jozza. This is Mr. Jozza's screenshot here. We're using this tweet draw in order to do the. Actually, do you know what? I'll do this. Someone in the chat, I want you to give us a hashtag to search for, just so that Mr. Jozza can search for it to show that it's legit. Just throw a random hashtag to us. Something that's like, you know.
Waiting on input.
we're not getting many.
Right, anyone in chat? Come on, Mr. Pansy Faust, Chris.
They fucking heard the story. They're like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah, we're out of here.
So you need to copy the tweet ID of Aztek. Then it's gonna choose a random user, and then we are gonna verify this user if he did what he was supposed to do or not.
Clarify that there was quite a few people just wrote banks are corrupt by Bitcoin, but without actually providing a link. And some people that did provide a link actually provided a link that was totally really unrelated to that bank. So we're just gonna verify, because straight out, I mean, I'm running a competition here that's basically saying calling banks corrupt. Now, if the bank hasn't done corruption, then that makes me kind of potentially liable for shit. Which, you know, fuck it. I don't particularly, or I don't know if they can fire me, but anyway, we'll see. Anyway, I think that. And do you want to search for take a shit?
As you wish.
Because that was Mr. Pants's.
Yep, Pensafouse's choice. All right, picking a...
For the choice there, Mr. Pants, like the Pansy.
Pansy Faust is the winner.
Pansy. It's actually... Okay, so there's someone there. Somebody actually has... Yeah, this is...
That is the same fellow that typed it in chat.
Oh, it's the same person that typed it in chat,
yep,
is it?
It is Mr. Pansafaust.
So anyway, we're just proving to you that the thing's not rigged.
Yep. This is not like a backdated video. This is all real time. So
this is legit. We've got the blockchain sort of running here on info, blockchain.info. Just there. I mean, this is a very minor delay, but it's pretty much straight out.
I could refresh it. Yep, we don't have a new block for 32 minutes now. But the transactions per day should roughly match up with you. Anyone watching?
You can tell this is live stream. We're not saying fucking bullshit. I mean, if somebody can figure out a way that makes it look as though we're, because I agree that, we're in crypto, so naturally everyone's paranoid and rightly so, and sort of suspicious as fuck that everything's like some sort of gimmick or some bullshit. But this is legitimate. This is my fuck you to the thing. Actually, I'd actually like to do it and probably up the stakes at some point. Because it was, I don't know, I feel that we could sort of potentially really amp it up, but anyway, we'll see what happens between now and then. Are you here, Mr. Vodka, or have you died and left us?
I'm here, man.
Good to see you.
Welcome back.
Disappeared for a while then. Yeah, welcome back.
I never left.
You never left, or we couldn't hear you for a while. But anyway,
I didn't leave. That's what I said.
We trust you.
Yeah.
Of course.
We've done this. Now, do you want to, I think, I did actually ask for 2 hashtags to be posted, but this thing, tweet draw.
Yes, there's a limitation for only one hashtag.
As such, we're going to search for the tag, which is that banks are corrupt.
All right.
Because there's too many people with hashtags of buy Bitcoin, and we're just going to verify it, just make sure it's legit.
All right. So I'll choose one hashtag, and you, Aztek, will verify. Sound good?
If this comes up with a name, don't get too excited, because we've got to verify that the person did it correct.
All right. Right when you are. See you.
And Mr. Joseph actually has done it so that he's unticked the 1 entry per user, so it means that if you did post it many times, then you've got, that means you've got more chance to win. But yep, let's go for it.
All right.
We'll check
hashtag. All right.
Let's increase the size of this because I can't really see it that well.
The user is Bitcoin Collector. I'll try and increase the size whilst on live stream.
Collector. What's his
It's Bitcoin Collector.
Is it Dash? Okay, I'll check this out.
I found him. I'm gonna check.
You found him?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna send the link right now.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can make that.
There's one guy that's been actually literally posting 1,000, like he's posted hundreds of links, and to be honest, personally, I wanted him to win because he's done so many of them that it's. Can I zoom out of the?
Is that easier to see? I zoomed in.
So he just did it 7 minutes ago, and looks like he won.
Can you post me the link?
Absolutely. Wait 1 second.
Through my phone, it's like shit. Can you post it through Telegram? I think it's probably better.
Yep.
Like 120 followers. He's going to be like, yeah.
I'll just zoom in a touch here. All right, how's that? Bitcoin Collector.
It's okay, yeah, it was you. Through Telegram?
It's too far over. There we are.
I'm happy to use this competition sometime again.
Sent it, Aztek.
Is
and we have a new block number 517866 to verify. Anyone watching along?
it looks like he's right. Okay, so okay, I know how hard you work for this, mate, and I really appreciate your effort. But it does look like Bitcoin Collector won this time. But you know what? I'll do another competition, and I don't know if you know this, but I tend to give away a lot of shit over. I don't know if you're into Bitcoin. I've been doing a lot of Bitcoin, like giving away a reasonable amount of Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, Bitcoin Collector or Collect is the username. Congratulations. He's got a grand total of 120 followers, and he has just earned himself half Bitcoin. PM him. I'm going to PM him. He's won the comp.
Would you like me to show his tweet on the left that we've chosen a winner?
Yeah, please do. That's
okay.
Thank you.
Just a moment. There we are. Oops. Back.
Right.
I'm having a little bit of a scaling issue, but hopefully everyone can see that. Bitcoin Collector, don't trust the banks. Hashtag banks are corrupting. Hashtag buy Bitcoin.
Bitcoin Collect. It's underscore, of course. Five. Anyway, how about this? Like, I was thinking that we could potentially do some sort of a giveaway of various things, and something that Mr. Jozza and some people will know is this, and that is that I used to do crypto puzzles. Firstly, for all the people that have come here actually watching, make sure you subscribe to our dear friend Mr. Jozza. Already subscribed, because he's absolutely, he's awesome. He's got good content and a very valued member of this community. And I was thinking that we should we'll do another competition. But we used to do crypto, or used to do, and a few of us used to do like these crypto puzzles, some simple, some complicated, and we used to give freebies. Do you know Mr. Jozza, actually worked out quite a lot. Some of that amount turned out to be like $1,000 I was giving away for some of those competitions. It was like $30 or whatever it was at the time. Now I'm thinking, holy shit.
Myself and White Zero, if that's his username, we had a lot of fun doing them. So even if it's not just for the money, your puzzles are a lot of fun. Great way to get involved with the community.
They are good also. They are really good.
What we've done here is, like, I had a competition basically that gave away 0.5 of Bitcoin to someone that found a bank advertisement, and under the bank advertisement published something to do with or basically have the hashtag banks are corrupt, hashtag buy Bitcoin, and a link of some corruption that bank did. And yeah, that's what I had a competition to, and it's my, let's say, anger or outlet at anger some of the banks or some of the issues that the banks have done in Australia, because they did some pretty shitty things to a group of people that ended up with quite a few people committing suicide. So I was pissed off by that, and that's sort of what made me create this competition. People in general actually to continue this movement, because I think it's a good movement that, you know, bank advertisements everywhere, and to see sort of banks are corrupt underneath that. I think it's a really, really good movement to actually keep running. I don't know. Let's see how well I do in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, maybe we do another 0.5 giveaway, because I think that's kind of yeah. And I'd also like to get the crypto puzzles sort of happening as well.
I'm sure everyone's looking forward to both.
Sounds good.
Yeah. There's the crypto puzzles I've actually been working on for a while. We were making a really, really complicated one. It involves so much sort of stuff that I kind of lost my way through it. It took us like 2 months. It was me and one other person. We created something that was, I think, will be pretty big if it gets released. It was really the only thing. It wasn't a simple competition, and I'll try and get a few people to lock a few BTC in some wallet that people can gain access to if they crack the puzzle. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for contributing to this movement. And again, please continue hashtagging that thing, because I certainly will be. Fuck them. You want to say, Mr. Joseph?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, and congratulations to Bitcoin Collect.
Yeah, like, do you know what we should do? It's like, I don't know if you feel, Mr. Josser, about doing some sort of live stream, because I think that if you did a regular sort of live stream like this, I'm pretty sure quite a few people would join. Actually, I mean, have you been doing that at all? You probably have been doing that already. I haven't been sort of keeping up with it.
Doing what?
Like a competition?
Oh.
Like in a general chat, like trading talk and various other things, like we used to do in the older stuff, like what was it? Something Sundays that we used to do.
Set up Sundays with Widespread.
Nice. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, we should start doing those again, and some shows. And we need more activity on Discord. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, we're sort of going through here, obviously through a bearish period, so. Again, then hell yes, the masses are going to join like nothing we've ever seen before, because at the moment people are still convinced that Bitcoin's still a fad, that it's going to get phased out, and it's just, it's
if we keep having
people only believe in Bitcoin when it goes up.
Look here.
After you, Vodka.
People only believe in Bitcoin when it goes up. When it goes down, they don't believe in it anymore.
A lot of people are calling me saying, like, when Bitcoin was at like 17, 18,000 or 16, let's say 16, 15, 16,000, we're ringing me up from people that are from years ago. Hey man, I just sold everything. I'm going all in Bitcoin. Yeah, good decision, mate. Yeah, great decision. See, like, I mean, would I be wrong in saying that, like, was I the only person that thought that 7,000 was going to be the top of that parabolic like move? I thought 7,000 was it. I went on holiday, and then I came back and I was like, holy shit, this thing just kept going.
Well, we should get some more renewed interest if CNBC keeps posting articles showing 15% gain as Bitcoin rises over $8,000. Yeah.
Out of interest, have you got you've got a few guys from them following you, haven't you? Like CNBC, one or two of them following me as well.
I don't believe so, honestly. I'm too much of a small fish.
I don't know. No, it's not just that. It's like, I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure you'll actually find you do have a couple of followers that are from. You might not know that they are because they're following me, and I searched for mutual followers, and they were following you as well. Yeah, I'm just rambling here. I'm tired. It's time to sort of crack into work. But anyway, thank you very much for everyone here that sort of jumped in the competition. Respect, and yeah, for those that didn't win, better luck next time. And yeah, we'll do some chat and some live stream soon. But yeah, thanks for all joining.
All right. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. See ya.